We are live, Julie.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality to help you live a life of purpose and joy. Welcome back for our second show of the new year. I missed a bunch of them in December, so I am thrilled to be back with all y'all, as they say here in the Deep South. We've got Chris on the main dashboard, and drum roll, Chris. I mean, if you can find it, we have my son, Jonathan, also known as His Majesty, that's doing the YouTube live stream. So he's stepped in to help his mama tonight because all the rest of my team had other stuff that they had to do. So I called him. I said, Jonathan, help your mama. So he very graciously agreed. So those of you that are coming in on the YouTube live stream, you can be chatting with Jonathan and learn all of the secrets of his, psychic friend's mother. So that'll be fun. Hey, big announcement. We've got the new Angel Messages book out, you guys. It's volume 2, Angel Messages for Your Life's Journey. And these are real, true stories. They're all from my graduates of my angelic attendant training class. And they are true stories, and they're about miraculous things that have happened and angelic sightings and just amazing stories. So you want to get your copy, just go to askjulieryan.com/books, or you can find it on Amazon as well. So Angel Messages for Your Life's Journey, Volume 2. We're going to try and come out with one every year. And this one's really terrific too. So let's go ahead and get going. We're going to take callers from the YouTube live stream. And if you want to join us there, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat. Jonathan will be over there to help you with that. And if you want to have a conversation with me, then come to AskJulieRyanShow.com and we will get you on the Zoom. Chris is manning the main dashboard. You guys know this is always so much fun every Thursday night at 8 Eastern because I never know who's calling. I never know which questions are going to be, and I never know what Spirit's going to say. So it makes it just such a joy. All right, Chris, who's our first person? Helen. Hi, Helen from Ohio. You are amazing. Oh, you sweet thing. And I hope all is well with your foot. My foot's doing great. I've got it propped up on a couple of yoga blocks at the moment. I have to keep it elevated a lot or otherwise it hurts. But for the most part, it's going great. It was already healed before I had the surgery energetically. And so I just needed to go through the physical stuff for it to catch up. I'm in the boot for another couple of weeks and then I'll be back on the road. So watch out because I'll be on the loose again. But thanks, Helen, for your kind comments about that. I've never taken hormones when I was in menopause. I'm a senior with a knee concern. Could you scan my knee? And do I need hormones? Sure. How this works for those of you that are joining us for the first time is I raise my vibration to the level of spirit. And I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. And it's going to hook into Helen up in Ohio, the state of my birth. I am a graduate of the Ohio State University, Helen. You probably already knew that. And then I'm going to have a hologram of Helen in my mind's eye. And it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. Something will be identified immediately thereafter. There will be some type of energetic healing. Sometimes my analogies are really funny, and that's just how they come into my head. And Spirit sends me visuals of the healings to give us a human frame of reference for all this energy healing that we're doing. So, Helen, I want you to envision what I'm describing. Everybody else that's listening and watching, I want you to envision what I'm describing too, because we're all going to be sending healing energy to Helen because it's kind of like the power of prayer, where a lot of people are focused on one thing. That's when, extra healing and miracles can happen. So, Helen, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Ohio. All right, got you. You absolutely need hormones. Absolutely. You look like a plant that needs to be watered, a wilting plant. So I'm shooting some energetic estrogen into you. You immediately perk up. So you look like a plant that's just been watered. All right, the energy is going to your right knee. And let me see what's going on there. It looks like you have a torn meniscus to me. When I see a meniscal tear, it kinda looks like the tear is almost a flap, and when the flap gets bent backwards based on the way that your knee is moving, it can really hurt, and then the inflammation sets in, and it just can get chronic. So what I'm watching is smoothing out that flap. There's little stitches that are going around it to, secure it back into the meniscal tissue, and then there's stem cell energy, Helen, that's going on top of it. Light amber colored gel has sparkles in it. Reminds me of Dippity Doo hair gel. That was a thing in the 60s and 70s when I was a kid. They still sell it on Amazon, by the way. And there's a vortex spinning above your knee that's gonna regenerate and heal that torn meniscus. Couple of things. The studies show, I'm an inventor of orthopedic surgery devices sold throughout the world and former manufacturer of them. So I still read a lot of clinical studies just because it's interesting to me. And the research shows that whether you have surgery or not, you're going to heal, whether you get it done. If you get it done, it might be a faster healing, but your leg's still going to heal, number one. And number two, I wanted to mention on the hormones, the best way to find a practitioner is to call a couple of compounding pharmacies in your area, Helen, and ask them who's prescribing through them. And then ask them if any of those doctors are gynecologists. I'm I'm just more focused on gynecologists for hormones. Number 1, they're experts on girly parts. Number 2, your consult and your blood tests and stuff are all gonna be covered under your insurance. And number 3, if they wanna do an ultrasound, they have the equipment in their office, so it doesn't take another appointment. So, those are my suggestions. If the knee is not healing, then go see an orthopedic surgeon, and they'll scope it, and they'll fix you up. But in the meantime, I hope that helps. I put anti-inflammatory energy in your knee as well, which is, royal blue energy. Think of those refreezable ice packs. It's that color. So when your knee is really hurting, I want you to envision one of those ice packs on there, even if you don't have one, envision that royal blue color, and it's gonna help calm down the inflammation. So, thanks, Helen. Happy New Year. If you wanna have a conversation with me, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you're coming in on the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat, and Jonathan's over there to help you with anything that you need. So, my spawn, my baby. He's a wonderful human, and I'm not just saying that because I birthed him. He really is. Everybody that knows him thinks that. So, okay, Chris, who's next? Let's see who goes up. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How are you, my girl?
Um, Good. I have a medical question.
All right, where are you?
I'm in Yelm, Washington.
Okay, terrific.
We spoke a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, terrific.
Um,
What's your question?
I had an echogram a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and they said that there's something pressing on my heart. Is it just my
Hmm.
spine or like a rib, or is it something more concerning that I need to dig into?
What did the doctors say?
They wanted me to go for a CT scan, which I absolutely will not do.
'Cause of the
Um,
contrast material, 'cause of the
yeah.
fluid? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yep.
wicked stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
so
I can get an MRI, but I really think it has to do with my back.
are you in pain?
Mhm. I was the whole month of December, but now I'm feeling a lot better. I went to the chiropractor.
Good, good, and I
Yeah.
zapped on you too, so
Yeah, you did.
probably
I've had a lot of healing.
good, good, and probably suggested that you go to the chiropractor.
Yes.
Is it back related? Yes. I'm watching a chiropractic adjustment again. on you. Is it affecting your heart? I get a no. They just saw
Mm.
something that they don't know what it is, so they wanna investigate further. What did your chiropractor say?
Well, he did an adjustment on my rib and it gave me instant relief.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm getting.
my heart rate is increased. It's normally around 70 and it's up around
Mhm.
90, just a
Okay.
resting heart rate. So it concerns me that there's something pressing on it, but I'm not sure
Mhm.
what.
How young are you?
I'm 40.
Okay. I think you're in perimenopause. I shot some energetic estrogen into you, and we probably
Yeah, I have an
talked about
appointment
that.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, we probably talked about that when we had our private session because 'cause I'm still seeing it. So I shot some energetic estrogen into you, and when we're in pain, our heart rate goes up.
Mhm.
That goes with it.
Okay.
So I say keep going to the chiropractor. Your heart looks fine to me,
Okay, good.
but, I'm not the end all be all, and if your doctors are saying they wanna explore further because they believe that it's causing problems for your heart, I think you're gonna have a decision to make, and when you're making that decision, Amanda, just see what feels the best. See
Mhm.
when you're looking at decisions, you wanna feel a sense of calm. You're
Mhm.
gonna know what's the right decision. The fact that you don't wanna have a CT scan is follow that. That's your intuition, and your
Yeah.
intuition's always gonna be the most accurate thing, but I think we get scared, and then we don't follow our intuition, and the fact that when you went to the chiropractor, you had instant relief, I think is a really big that's a really big sign for you. So I would follow
Good.
that in the short run, and I'm so glad you're gonna go get your hormones checked out.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
you're
for
gonna
all your
you're gonna
advice.
you're gonna feel like a new woman.
Yes. All right. Happy New Year.
Thank you, you too, let us know how you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Alrighty, everybody, askjulieryanshow.com if you wanna have a conversation with me. We're on the YouTube live stream at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat. Jonathan's over there to help you with that. Remember to subscribe. We're on all the podcast networks. We got 5 YouTube channels: English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German. So remember to subscribe. Share these episodes with your family and friends, especially if you hear something that and you think, "Oh, my friend Susie could use some of that advice," or "My friend Susie will like what was just talked about." So be sure and share it as well. Okay, Chris, who's next? Hello,
Oh.
Babbie. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Oh
Hi,
my
Julie.
god, bless you. She
I
just had surgery, you guys. She's a graduate of angelic attendant training. You have so much metal in you that oh my
I
goodness.
know. I
Oh,
know.
honey.
And I don't know why that I tripped over my dog while I was walking and dislocated
Oh,
my shoulder and broke it in a few different places.
I know.
But I know, thank you so much for coming with me through that experience. That I could feel you there. That made all the difference in the world to me.
Yeah, her
So
husband emailed me, you guys, and so and he goes, "Well, can you scan her before she goes into surgery?" Well, it was like 2 hours after they'd already taken you in when I saw his email. So I'm in the OR with you. I'm watching them putting all that metal in you, and
I
I saw your
know.
guardian angel over the head of anesthesia. I saw your loved ones' spirits there, 2 surgeon spirits, I think, that were over the head of the actual surgeon that was performing the operation. And if I remember correctly, your grandmother was large and in charge in
Yes,
that
that would
room.
be my grandmother for sure.
Yeah, what did
That
you
would be
call
her for
her?
sure. Lara. Well, we call her
Oh,
Nana. Nana.
yeah, yeah,
So,
she was front and center. She was watching you like a hawk girl. She was watching all the other spirits that were in there. She was watching all the humans that were in there. It was a riot watching
oh,
her watch over you.
she was
So,
she was like that too. Just a very strong woman. Very strong.
yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
wondering,
God
Joy,
bless you.
with all of that in me, I don't know. I'm hoping that it's all going to be fine, and I'm going to manifest that it's all going to be fine, and that it's for a reason.
Oh,
Maybe I.
absolutely. Absolutely. So last night when you were in surgery and I was watching them put all the metal in you, all the screws, you got
Mhm.
plates, you got screws, you got like all kinds of Home
I
Depot
know.
hardware in there, girl, but it's all
I never have
sterile.
had surgery before either.
Yeah.
That was
All
my
right.
first time I've ever had that.
Okay, so I'm clearing the anesthesia out of you right now. It looks like a fog with little metallic particulates in it. So I'm clearing that out of you. And all of where all the metal is, it's to hold those bones together so they can grow. So what I
Yeah.
did last night before I went to bed was I put a whole bunch of stem cell energy in there around all
Oh,
that
thank you.
metal, around all that bone. And, light amber colored gel sparkles dippity do. There was a vortex spinning outside of your shoulder, and you broke your arm too, right? Or you
Mhm.
dislocated it or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
It was a doozy.
So yeah, go big or go home, right? I mean, so I there was a whole bunch of stem cell energy that went in there and vortex spinning, so that's gonna help you regenerate that bone. And do that.
Thank you.
It's really important that you do the BEAM minerals, if you're not on them already, BEAM minerals. Go to
Okay.
askjulieryan.com sponsors, click on the link, it's 20% off. I want you to do that twice a day. I want you to do the
Okay.
minerals, the electrolytes and the minerals twice a day. It's gonna help detox your body from all the drugs and the anesthesia and all of that stuff, number 1. Number 2, minerals are gonna be the foundation building blocks for you to build new bone and new cells and all that to help you heal. That's number 1. Number 2, I want you to take 1,000 milligrams of C, vitamin C, do
Okay.
buffered so it
Like,
doesn't upset
oh,
your stomach.
isosomal, like, or buffered.
That's
Okay.
fine, so it doesn't upset your stomach, but I want you to do it 3 times a day for the next,
Okay.
I get 2 weeks, because vitamin C is the most potent healer there is. I mean,
Yeah.
it cured polio, for heaven's sakes. So, it's gonna help you heal faster and more completely.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much, Julie. I tell you, I want to know. They was so quick, and I said to my husband, "Could you just email Julie, because I just would feel so much better with her with me."
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
checked on you when
I
you were in surgery. You were in there a long time,
I know. I know.
like
And I
3
it's
or
so
4
strange because I
hours.
just saw that you had hurt your foot. And oh, poor Julie. But she's hurt her foot, and then here I am.
Nah, um,
Unusual, but maybe there's a reason I'm supposed to be out of work. So who knows?
yeah. Oh, you're gonna make a complete healing. I already saw you're gonna have full motion of that arm and that shoulder, and this is just all making memories. You're gonna be able to tell the
Great. Maybe
tale.
this is going to push me into being a practitioner with you.
Well, the other thing that I want you to do, since you're a graduate of angelic attendant training, is I want you to go to the prac sessions, and there are 8
Yes.
or 9 of them a week. Go to as many of those as you can while you're sitting around, because just being in that high vibe is gonna help you heal, and
Yeah.
let all the other graduates work on you each time you join. So, you know, go to as many of those as you can. They're free, they come with the class, and,
Yeah. I
sit in the high
I do
vibe.
want to
So
do those.
yeah. So
Thank you, Julie, so
do those
much.
when you can. You're welcome, honey. I hope you feel better. Keep me posted, and love to Neil, your husband.
Well,
He
he's
was
right
such
here
a
by
good
me.
sport.
I know. Well, we trust you. I mean, we it was a long night for all of us, but
I
we're
bet.
all good. We just got home, so
Good,
thank
good.
you
Well,
so much.
I'm so honored that you joined us. So,
Oh,
all right,
thank
I'll keep
you.
checking on you.
Okay.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye-bye. Oh gosh. I got that email from her husband. I was like, "Oh, no." But One of the great things about learning how to do all this woo-woo stuff that I teach, and everybody can do it. I learned how to do this, and I teach everybody how to do it, and everybody can do it in the first hour that the class happens. Is that the remote viewing? So I could tune into her. I'm in Alabama. She's in Pennsylvania, and I could tune into her in the operating room. I could read the anesthesia equipment. I could see where they were in the case. I could email her husband and say, I think they're going to be closing soon. I could see what was going on. So if you want to join us for angelic attendant training, just go to askjulieryan.com/AAT. askjulieryan.com/AAT. We have hundreds of people that have been through the class from all over the world. I think we're up to like 14 or 15 countries, all walks of life. Everybody can do this stuff, you guys. We all have the ability. It's just a matter of developing and enhancing it. So thanks, Babs. I'm so glad you're home. All righty, Chris, who's next? Here we go. Beatrix from Italy. Italy, honey, it's late. Oh my gosh. Hi, Julie. She's up in the middle of the night. Can you scan my nerves to look where they are damaged? I can't lift my leg. When I bend down, then I must hold on to something. She's saying, hold me somewhere. Otherwise, I fall to the floor. Good heavens. All right. So here we go. I'm hooking into you from Sweet Home, Alabama. I watched my laser beam go across the ocean, and it's going to you in Italy. All right. Got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. All right. Is it I get it's nerve and muscular. So the muscles, what I'm watching, Beatrix, is I'm watching stem cell energy again. My favorite thing, it'll fix any body part we need. Light amber color gel, sparkles, dippity doo, is getting slathered on your nerves in both legs. Looks like your right leg's worse than your left to me. And then we're going to work on your nerves. And imagine that your nerves look like aquarium tubing. And sometimes in aquarium tubing, it gets gunk inside the tubes, and it can be uneaten fish flakes, fish poop, minerals from the water. Well, it looks the same way in the body. And what it is it's dead cells and other debris that gets in the nerve tubes, if you will. Again, these are all analogies Spirit uses to give us a human frame of reference so we can envision what the healing is from a human perspective. So I'm watching these corkscrews, Beatrix, that are inside those tubes, and they're spinning really fast, and they're grinding up the gunk that's inside those tubes. And then we're going to irrigate it out here in a minute. All right, they're done. So irrigating it out, this is my favorite part because the irrigation fluid comes flying out the end of your toes and it makes your feet look like sprinklers. And then here comes the stem cell energy, light amber colored gels, sparkles, dippity doo. And there's a vortex in front of each leg, in front of each thigh that's spinning. And that's going to regenerate those nerves. When the nerves are coming back online, they start to turn pink. And I can see them. They start at the top and they're coming down. So they're down on the right leg. They're down to about the middle of the back of your thigh. It's going faster on the left leg. The right leg looks more injured than the left to me. And if you think about it, with this stem cell energy, go back to your 5th grade science lessons, and we learned every cell has a nucleus. Every nucleus is surrounded by cytoplasm, which is a watery gel like dippity doo. And our bodies have a centrifugal force in them that spins, that causes the cells to divide and replicate to the tune of billions of them a day. I'm watching in warp speed happen what our bodies do naturally. So it just helps us heal quicker, better, more completely. So I hope that helps. Thank you for staying up late to talk to us. Sweet dreams. It's probably about 3 a.m. there or something like that in Italy. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you're joining us on the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Please put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat, and Jonathan is over there to help you if you have any questions for him. So let's see who Chris is bringing up next. It's always a surprise for me, which is what makes it so much fun. Hello, Libby. Hi there. Can you hear me? Is it Livy?
Oh, hi. Hi,
Hi,
yes, it's Kay. Hi, I'm so
Kay.
excited to be here.
Hi, Kay. It says Livy on your
Hi.
screen. Is that your secret
It
agent
does.
name?
It's my last name, Livingston, but I'm here from St. Louis, Missouri. So
Oh,
excited.
terrific. Great. Hi,
My
Kay.
question is relating to my mother and
Yeah.
great, full of life, 85-year-old woman. And my dad passed away 5 years ago. And I feel like right after he passed away, her macular degeneration accelerated. But
Mm,
the bigger question is she's having a hard time with pain walking. And I
mm.
would just love to isolate it to, is it her back, her hip, her knee? Not really sure where to start, like with what
Right
kind of
hip,
doctor. I didn't know if
right
you could
hip,
envision
right
her.
hip. I
I think it's the
as you're
right one.
talking as you're talking, I'm getting divine downloads. Whenever I'm talking to someone, I'm already starting to get divine downloads into my head before I even get her on my radar. And I
Crazy.
get right hip, right hip. What's her first name, Kay?
It's Judy.
Judy. All right. Is she in St. Louis with you?
She is. She is.
Okay.
Yeah. And she is
All right.
somebody who never talks about any kind of pain, and it's all about everyone else and never about her. But I want so badly her to be comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me see if she'll let me scan her and do a healing on her.
Okay. This is
So
incredible. I had no idea I'd be on.
so I'm gonna connect to you. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, going from you to your mom. I'm asking your mom's permission. You know, I never scan anybody without their permission because I think it's unethical
Right.
to do that. I can, but I won't. So, Judy, may I scan you and do a healing? She goes, "Oh, yes, yes." I don't know. Good job. I don't know if you set it up, but she's letting me in. So
I
I'm
do.
going in.
She knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She would love this, but she wasn't aware I was
Yeah.
doing it.
So, she's bone on bone in her right hip. What I'm watching is I'm putting stem cell energy in there and give her some cushion. I would take her to see an orthopedic surgeon. The hip surgeries, even on 85-year-olds, it's outpatient. They have them up walking 2
Right.
hours post-op. I mean, it's fantastic what they've
Yeah.
got going on now, and I am an inventor of orthopedic surgery devices, and back I used to see what they did 30 years ago, and it was barbaric compared to this is a breeze. Hips are even easier than knees now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal
Yeah.
there's no reason for somebody that needs a new knee or hip to be in pain because those surgeries are just fantastic. If she goes down that route for surgery, Kay, a really, really important thing is be sure that the surgeon uses robotics to line up the implant because you're going to have a better outcome. A friend of mine is an orthopedist and she doesn't do surgery, but she takes care of them pre-op and post-op, in her
Hmm.
office. And she said the outcome for her patients that use robotics to line up the implants is 50% better. They
Oh my
heal
gosh.
in
Right.
50% less time. The outcome is, 50% better. So
Wow. Wow.
just
And you
ask.
think it's all focused on the hip, not back or not,
I
it's
get
really
its
the
hip.
hip.
It's throwing everything
Oh,
off. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's easy, right? Easy.
Yeah. And let me work on her eyes since I've got her on my radar.
Oh,
So the energy went to her right eye first. Does that one
yeah.
seem to be more problematic?
Yeah, it's the wet macular degeneration.
Okay. So
Yeah.
imagine her eyeball is jello. My crazy analogies, but they're to give
Right.
us a
Love them.
human frame of reference. So imagine there's like a melon ball scooper, and we're scooping out the middle of her eye, all right? Because her eye is made out of jello. And then stem cell energy is going in there, and we're going to regenerate the macula. right? So we're getting that in there, light amber color gel, sparkles, dippity-doo. There's a vortex spinning out in front. That's the that vortex is what transforms the stem cell energy into whatever body part we need. Let me go over the left eye. Left eye isn't as bad. There's not as much getting
Yeah.
scooped out. So there's a
Right.
little bit getting scooped out, a little bit of stem cell energy going in there. Vortex out front. That centrifugal force again
Oh,
is what transforms the stem cell energy into new body parts. So we're doing that. As that's healing, I'm watching the muscles behind her eyes get pulled. Think of a horseback rider holding both sides of the
right.
reins in one hand. They're getting pulled. That'll help her with close up vision because her
Oh my
muscles have
gosh.
just gotten weak. And then what I'm watching is I'm watching her eyes get balanced. And this cracks me up, Kay, because I see a contractor leveler, the thing with the bubble in
Yeah.
it and the line to
Yeah.
see if a 2x4 is straight. So I'm watching her eyes get level. She looks good.
Oh my
Yeah.
oh my God. Oh, I'm so grateful for any energy
The
sent her way.
one other thing, look up ophthalmic DMSO drops.
Okay.
Ophthalmic DMSO, and ask her ophthalmologist about it. They may not recommend it, but the studies that I've read are fantastic in helping macular degeneration either halt and or reverse and heal.
Oh my
DMSO
gosh.
ophthalmic drops.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay.
You
So
are a
look
gift.
for those.
Thank you
Oh, you
so
sweet
much.
thing.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
welcome.
Thank you.
I hope she feels better. I'll put some
Oh, I bet she will.
anti-inflammatory energy on her hip to
Okay.
help the pain. Is she taking Advil or something in the meantime for pain?
She tries to avoid all drugs.
Okay.
She's a tough one. She's a tough one, but if it gets bad, it's probably that the Curamin or Curamed
No, no, that.
turmeric kind of based
Oh,
item,
okay.
or maybe she does
Yeah.
a little Advil or Aleve. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay. We'll
Good.
get her to an
All right.
orthopedic. Thank
I think that
you.
would be helpful. You're welcome. Thanks for
You are a
calling.
blessing. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you're coming in on the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, in your question in the chat, and we'll be taking some more questions from over there. Jonathan's there helping people that need his assistance and or chatting. I never know what's going on over there, but Chris puts up the questions for me. Okay, Christopher, who we got next?
That
Hi,
was
Jesse.
no. I'm so sorry. I think my toddler kind of got into our show months ago, so
That's
I'm sorry that she's
great.
always keeping in.
What's her
But
name?
this is
What's
Ren.
Hi,
Little
Ren.
Ren.
Hi, Ren. Peace to
Say
you,
hi.
baby girl. She showed me the peace sign.
Say hi.
Oh, how cute
Hi.
is she? Hi, sweet pea. How may I help you? First of
So
all, where are you? Where are you guys?
I'm up in Lakeport, Michigan, just north
Okay,
of Detroit. And my
terrific.
dad, Richard, is in St. Clairsville, Ohio. And I was wondering if you could send some healing to him, please. I told him, I was like, I'm going to call in. Don't reject it spiritually. So I don't know if he'll listen. But he he drinks entirely too much. And I don't know if this is what caused it, but he has a hiatal hernia that his stomach is, I guess it's clear up through his esophagus and flipped, and it's
Oh,
pressing on
geez.
his heart. And they aren't sure they can do surgery. They're talking to a cardiologist to get cleared to see if he can even stand the surgery. And then his
Wow.
legs are like tree stumps, like purple. There's no, he can barely walk, and it's hard. I mean, everybody that's lost, I haven't lost my father, but when you see a guy that used to be your, a big strong man and now like can barely walk, it's really tough.
Yeah.
But so I was just wondering if you can
Yeah.
send healing to him. He used to actually run every day, and then when the pandemic happened, he stopped and he got back into drinking instead of running, and it's been all downhill since then. So
I'm sorry. Is he single? Does he live alone, or does your mom live with him?
no, he's with my mom, and then my sister, who's a pretty horrible person, but at least she's there to help with them. My sister's
Okay.
there. So
Okay.
he's not
All
by
right.
himself, luckily, but yeah.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to hook into you first in Michigan, then I'm going to come back down to Ohio to your dad. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. Heading up to you. All right. Got you. Coming back to St. Clairsville. I know exactly where that is. All right. Got that. Richard, I'm talking to Jesse. He goes, I know it's fine. Good job setting that up. He said, I know it's fine. All right. Shooting energy. So his esophagus looks like a really thin sock to me that's turned inside out. You know, if you had like one of your baby's socks and it was turned inside out. So what I'm watching is I'm watching it get turned back in its right position, its proper position. He's got a big sore on the left side of the esophagus. It looks like have you ever seen a picture of a bed sore? It's like this great big canker almost. Or have you ever had a canker sore in your mouth? You know, when your stomach's upset, this is even bigger. And so what I'm watching is I'm watching that get scooped out. And then stem cell energy, of course, my favorite thing, is going on that vortex spinning outside of his esophagus and doing that. That will heal. They'll be able to get it healed, I think. What I'm being led to do next, Jesse, is to just basically roto-rooter his liver, and his liver's black. I mean, he's really, I can tell he's got, he's been abusing it. So imagine I'm looking at him from behind. There's a corkscrew of energy spinning in a clockwise position as I'm watching him from behind. And as the corkscrew comes down on the right underneath and then comes up on the left, it throws out this sludgy looking stuff. That's just all the toxins in his liver. He's got fatty liver as well. They've probably told him that already. And that's from the drinking. So we've got that going on.
Is that what would lead to the
And
legs? Sorry.
yeah, just lots of inflammation and all of that. Consider doing a full hour session with either me or one of my graduates. I've got 6 graduates that work with me. They're all fantastic. You can get in to see them faster than you can with me. They're way less expensive. They're all just terrific. I would like for one of them or for me to have an hour with you. He does not need to be on the call, but let's just do a deep dive on him. He's got a lot going on. And see if you
Yeah.
can do that. Just go to askjulieryan.com and choose a date and time. Most of my graduates you can get in within sometimes next day, sometimes just a couple of days. So I would
Okay.
consider
Yeah,
doing
thank you.
that.
And I hope to
And
do your
they're
course one time too, at some point too. So
I would love that too. We're getting ready. I think in the next week or so, we're going to have the online courses, kind of like the intro courses where you're going to be able to do all of this stuff, and they're all going to have practice groups. So I'll keep you posted on
okay, yeah,
that. You may
that'd be
want to
great.
start
Thank you
with
so
one
much.
of those. Okay. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Thank you. I say bye.
Bye.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jesse.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Let's see. We got time for more callers. So if you want to have a conversation with me, askjulieryanshow.com. If you're joining us on the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat. And then Jonathan's over there to help you with anything that you need. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share this with your family and friends, especially if you hear something that pertains to somebody that you know, and it can help them. Also, anybody listening that wants a free copy of my book, Angelic Attendants: What Really Happens as We Transition from This Life into the Next, it talks about how we're surrounded by angels and the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets. I got illustrations in there of how they're positioned. And just go to julieryangift.com. We'll send you a free digital and audiobook version. We also have it in Spanish. For for those of you that prefer Spanish. By the way, I heard an amazing tale today, an amazing story about the 12 phases of transition, how we're surrounded by spirits and angels and our loved ones and our pet spirits. I was talking to a client this morning, and she told me that in the last couple of months, she was standing in the shower and she said all of a sudden she was surrounded by angels. And then in the shower, she felt a vortex spinning around her. She said she didn't feel dizzy, but she could feel the vortex. And she thought to herself, what the heck is this? What's going on? And very soon thereafter, I think in the next 24 hours, she miscarried a baby. And she was distraught, of course. And she said a couple of weeks after that, she heard me as a guest on a show. And I was talking about the 12 phases of transition and how we're surrounded by angels and the spirits of loved ones and pets, and how there's a vortex that forms that helps our spirit evacuate from our body. And she said, I realized that's what I was perceiving. That was the 12 phases that my baby, my fetus, was going through. And she said it gave her so much comfort to know that that was transpiring. I've been doing this for 30 years, you guys. I have never heard that in conjunction with a fetus before. But she was in tears, I was in tears, and I just thought that was remarkable. So I wanted to share it with you. So the 12 phases happen even for babies that are in utero. How fabulous is that? And her mama was able to perceive it, and then it made sense to her after she heard me talking about it. I mean, I'm getting weepy just telling you about it. It was just so extraordinary. So just wanted to share that. Okay, Chris, who's next? Hello, Michael. Hi, Julie. Wanted you to know the healing you did on me last Thursday night, which was to crush my kidney stones and heal my hip. The CT scan the next day showed no kidney stones anywhere. Yay! We pummeled him last week when he called into the show. Thanks, Michael, for letting us know. Yeah, I watched this thing that looks like a jackhammer, but it's got this metal plate on it, and it just pummels the crap out of kidney stones and gallstones and pulverizes them. And then I watch a healing where it gets irrigated, that dust gets irrigated out. And I hear that all the time, after we pummel the kidney stones, that when they go get it checked, that there aren't any left. So it works great. Wonderful. Thanks, Michael, for letting us know. All righty. Who's next? There. Hi,
Hi,
girl.
Julie. How are ya?
I'm terrific. How are
Trying to
you,
s-
my girl?
Good. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Where
I
are
lost my
you?
dad. I'm
Where are
in
you
Grand
located?
Junction, Colorado.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I lost my dog Freddy in August, very
Oh,
suddenly, and he was only about 12 months.
oh
So
no,
it
what
was really
happened?
hard. I don't know. He just
Huh?
got extremely sick, septic and everything. And
Oh,
it
how
was going to
awful.
cost a ton of money to try to figure out what was going on. Like, yeah. So I had to make the
Oh,
decision to put him down, but it's been really hard. Like,
I bet.
it's bringing up a lot of sadness. I don't know. I just wonder if you have any insight on what happened to him or
Yeah,
any message.
yeah, yeah. He's right next to you. As soon as we think of him, they come right in. When you were telling me about that, Heather, what he was telling me, even, before you finished your story, was he got into some poison. He ingested some poison, maybe out in the yard or
Yeah.
something. And I'm getting like rat poison or rodent poison or something like that. Do you live near a farm or?
No, my partner and I were at a music festival though, and there were barns and all sorts of
Mhm.
stuff around,
Yeah,
like
the
equipment
first thing
and
the first thing that came in was rat poison. That decon
okay.
stuff that's in those paper boxes. That's what
Yeah.
I'm seeing a
That's
picture of, and he ate some, and so it, it basically just took out its stomach because that's what that stuff does. It makes their stomachs,
Yeah.
just
Okay. It's kind of
not
what I
work right.
thought.
What kind of dog was Freddy?
He was a hound mix. His mom was a basset hound mix, but yeah, just a
Oh.
big, beautiful brown dog.
Okay, he's showing me a dog. I guess maybe it's your next dog. This is a dog that's got long hair, and it looks like it's a
Okay.
cross between an Australian Shepherd and something else. It's got long hair, it's black and white. He wants you to call it Michael. It's an interesting name for a dog. Michael,
Yeah.
you're Michael. And it's a pound dog. It's a rescue dog.
Okay.
That is your
Mhm.
dog. So locate it. He's got long hair.
Okay.
He's saying, just go ahead and get him. He's already trained. He's already housebroken. You're going to love him. He's around 3 or 4 years old, and he wants you to call him
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah, Freddy was such a good dog, and I'm a psychotherapist, and I just thought
Oh,
we were gonna work together. It's been so
yeah.
hard. Thank you.
I think the next one will. I think you can
Okay.
take him. Do you go into an office or are you on Zoom most of the time or?
Yeah, mostly Zoom right now.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I've got a great
Well,
space for it here.
yeah. Yeah. I think he's going to be right by your side and I think he's going to be a great dog for you. So start looking around in
Michael.
the Michael, and he's got long hair and he's black and white.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank
Send
you.
us a picture. I'll put it up on social media.
I will. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
righty. And
All
he's
right.
gonna help
Bye.
you. He'll help you. Freddie will help you find him. So he's gonna
Okay.
be putting ideas in your head. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. So hard. My God. When Jonathan and I took our dog Katie to put her down, we just felt like our heart was just yanked right out of our chest. It was horrible. One of the worst things I've ever been through. Of course, losing loved ones, but those pets, they're so special to us, and it's just as hard with them. So, all righty, Chris, I think we have time for some more callers. Here we go. Hi, Julie. Karen in Alberta, Canada. Hi, Karen. I would like to hear from my dad, Ralph, who has crossed over any important messages. Get your car fixed, is what he's saying first. Get your car fixed. What's wrong with your car, Karen? If you don't know that there's anything wrong with it, take it in for a tune-up and they may find something he said is really important for you to get your car fixed so you don't get stranded. So there you go. Sounds like a dad to me. I get messages like that from people's dads a lot. I heard yesterday or the day before, um, we were talking with a woman's husband, and he was saying, "You gotta change the filters on your HVAC system on the furnace and the air conditioning." And she's like, "Change the filters? I don't even think it has filters." I go, "Oh, yeah, it does." And he wanted her to change it. So I thought that was pretty funny. But they come in with just some, real basic stuff oftentimes for us to do. And so get your car fixed. All righty. AskJulieRyanShow.com. Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. First name, where you're located, your question. And we will get some more of them answered. Gosh, all these sad stories. I'm getting whoopee here. Goodness. All right. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, my girl?
I'm doing okay. Thank you.
Good.
Thank
Where
you
are ya?
for taking my call. I'm in Old Hickory, Tennessee,
Oh, yeah. All right.
so just
Sure.
outside of Nashville.
Right. Old Hickory goes for miles and miles and miles, that road.
It does.
Yeah. Well, how may I help you?
Well, I hope it's not a sad story, but I am wondering if you can scan my cat. He's 23 years old, and he seems to be okay, but then he is sick. He has pancreatitis.
Oh, jeez.
But he bounces back. and then, and then he seems okay, and then he bounces back, and then it just goes back and forth. And I just want to know if he's in pain or if he's ready to go.
What's his name?
Oreo.
Okay.
He's
I
a
love that.
tuxedo. So he's, white in the middle and black, and he's got a little white nose and
Oh,
white
funny.
feet.
I talked to a cat spirit last week, Laura. It just cracked me up. The cat's owner, said, "Well, can he send me a sign?" And so I said, "The cat, I don't even remember the cat's name." And the cat said, "Yeah, but I send her feathers." I said, "Feathers from a cat?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna send her feathers." I said, "What, did you go after a lot of birds when you were alive?" He said, "Well, I was an indoor cat, but that was my dream. So now I get to send her feathers." I thought that was one of the funniest
Aw.
things I'd heard in a while. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm connected up to you. I don't have very far to go. I just head straight up Interstate 65, about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got you. Going to Oreo. Got Oreo. He's not dying. His spirit's in his body right now. Pancreatitis is coming from the food he's eating. And you're probably have him on some fancy schmancy food from the vet. I would imagine that you're feeding him, but whatever it is that he's eating is causing the pancreatitis, and you can heal it with food is what I'm getting. The thing that just came in, Laura, was chicken livers. Do cats eat chicken livers?
Well, that was a food. So he's on a prescription diet. He
Yeah.
doesn't like the wet food. So I give him a different wet food, and it was chicken livers, but they stopped making it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So
He's
does
there.
that mean he wants it?
He wants it.
He
I'm hearing
wants that
chicken livers.
again?
Yes, he wants chicken livers. So even if you have to make some, you can make some for him and then just grind them up. That's what they make pate out of, that fancy stuff.
Mhm.
So all right, I'm in his pancreas right now. His pancreas is interesting because it has like this almost spiky. Do you know what's that fruit that's kinda orangey and it's got, like, those little spikes in it? I think it's a citrus. I can't think of what it's called, but I see it in the grocery store in the fancy fruit department, and he has these little spiky things coming out of his pancreas. I've never seen that before. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching, like, a file go just cut all those off, and then I'm watching a spiral of energy. Think of the Milky Way galaxy spiral. I'm looking at him from behind on his pancreas. We're roto-rootering out his pancreas, and I get that his minerals are off. That's what those little spikes are. That's an analogy for the
Oh,
minerals. So I
oh,
would look into the best minerals to give a cat and some kind of supplement. Actually, Beam Minerals has pet minerals. So go to beamminerals.com and look at their
okay.
pet minerals. And they have a wonderful customer service department. So if you have questions, just put the questions in the chat and they'll get back to you on that. And then if you decide that you see something that you want to try, just use Julie Ryan at checkout in the coupon code and you'll get 20% off. Beam Minerals is
Okay.
wonderful for humans, but they have a whole line for animals, and I know those are wonderful as well. So got that going. But his minerals are messed up, and I'm getting chicken livers again. Give him chicken livers. High protein, high fat.
Okay.
High protein,
Mm-hmm.
high fat, and buy organic, free range if you can get them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd probably call them pastured. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what he's asking for. So, I
Okay.
get he
Well,
can
thank you
heal.
very much.
I get he can heal.
Thank
I think
you.
he's gonna be around a while. Are you in
Oh,
pain,
good.
Oreo? Are you in pain? He said, "Not really."
Great.
Yeah. So, good luck. I hope he feels better.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All righty. Let's see who's next. Okay, Karen, Julie, I live on the North Shore of Chicago. Lucky you. My grandson James has low muscle tone and sensory issues, along with other things. Please help him heal. All right. So I'm going to connect into you, Karen. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. Heading to you in Chicago. Got you going to James. James, I'm talking to your grandmother. Is it okay if I do a healing on you? If I scan you, do a healing? He said, I don't think so. He doesn't want me to do that. So let's talk to his spirit. If somebody says they don't want me to do a healing, I won't do it because I think it's an invasion of their privacy. I think it's unethical. I can do it, but I won't. And we can still talk to his spirit, though. And the reason why I'm okay with that, Karen, is because, for instance, if you run into somebody that has pneumonia, and they're going to tell you what they want you to know of how they're feeling, but you're not looking at their chest x-ray without their permission. So that's kind of how I work with people when somebody's asking me to scan somebody else. So James, what's up with the muscle tone? I was born that way. All right. So what can we do to help you with your muscle tone? More protein and fat. He's telling me he's a finicky eater. He probably is. And so what will you eat with fat? He says no avocados. They're gross. Oh, all right. So butter. Do you like butter? Yeah, grass-fed butter. I would give him grass-fed butter. Put butter on a lot of stuff. Karen, stay away from the refined stuff. Give him as much good protein as you can. There's a product that I use every day just for extra protein. It's called Paleo Valley protein powder. It's made from bone broth, and they have it in unflavored and chocolate and caramel and I don't know, vanilla, bunch of other flavors. And I use the unflavored ones, and I'll put it on my food, and it'll add like an extra 15 grams of protein, and it'll make kind of like a sauce. If you are making salad dressing or you've got some kind of a sauce on your food, it just thickens it a little. It's great. And then I'll mix the chocolate and the caramel together, and it makes hot chocolate that's delicious. No sugar in it, lots of protein, and lots of collagen. I get that will help too. So just go to AskJulieRyan.com, go on my sponsors page. So AskJulieRyan.com/sponsors. And all these different suggestions that I make on the show, I don't suggest anything for the most part unless my team's gotten us a good discount. So there's 20% off. AskJulieRyan.com sponsors. Click on the link there. And if you buy something, they'll give you a 20% discount. Or if you go on paleovalley.com, just use Julie Ryan, all one word, at checkout, and they'll give you a 20% discount too. So I would try that. I would try upping his protein and his good fat, and hopefully that will help. And then if you want to talk to him and see if he'll allow me to scan him, then call back in or schedule an appointment with me or one of my graduates. And again, I've got 6 of them. They are all exceptional, you guys. Every one of them. They do all the stuff I do. You're going to love them. You can get in to see them quickly. They're way less expensive than I am. And I highly recommend that you check them out. So you can think of that. So Karen, I hope that helps. All righty, everybody. That's it for this week. We have a bunch of people on this week. And what a delight to get to spend this hour with you. Please share this with your family and friends. Please join us next week, every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. And in the meantime, sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody. To enhance your spiritual journey, click on one of the videos below And remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with your family and friends.